The Florida Gators have another road game against a top 5 opponent this week when they go down to Coral Gables to play the Miami Hurricanes. Now, as if they weren't already, we can now say for sure that Florida is in wounded animal mode, backed against the corner. They need to get a win or the season is going to go off the rails. I don't know if they can, because the biggest matchup in this game, I think, leans in favor of Miami. Florida's offensive line versus Miami's defensive front. Miami has Ruben Bain and Akeem Mesidor headlining a group that I think is one of the best in the country. And Florida's offensive line, they have been grading out pretty well, but overall, you look at that unit and it has not been as strong, as solid, as dominant as we thought it was going to be earlier in the season. So can they run it and pass protect? Can Florida, right? Because Jaden Baugh has been producing well when he's been given the ball, but Florida has not shown a willingness to consistently give him the ball for whatever reason. No one knows. And the pass rush for Miami is elite. And if Lagway gets pressured, we saw him throw 5 picks last week. That could happen again. The best way to stop that is to establish a good running game. So really, my biggest question for this matchup is, does Florida allow themselves to run the ball? Will they just commit to Jaden Baugh and Jacoby Jackson and let them take over? Because we haven't seen that so far. Last week, Lagway threw 49 passes on a day where he clearly did not have his best stuff. It was his worst game of his career, and Napier said throw the ball almost 50 times. So I don't know what they're going to do. But let's say that Florida does throw the ball a lot. Miami's secondary relatively is a weak spot on their defense. There are wins to be had with Florida's skill players, how fast and quick they are at receiver, versus Miami's secondary. Can the offensive line hold up and give Lagway 2 seconds? And can the receivers create that separation? And will Lagway keep the ball safe? I do believe that the receivers creating separation is not going to be a problem. I think that Florida's wideouts will have wins over Miami's secondary frequently. But the question really is, right, does Lagway have the time to throw it? And when he does throw it, is it caught by a Florida receiver or by a Miami DB? So it's a really hard matchup for Florida, as is this entire schedule. They need to get a win this week. I don't think that they do. I got Miami about 27-17. I think this game goes below its total. Florida's defense will play very well against Miami's offense, but Florida's offense, I just don't think is good enough. It's not clicking. They're not sharp enough. They're not confident enough. So I've got Florida losing 27-17. Miami stays undefeated.